Hey guys, this is Jamie with Residential Assisted Living Academy, and today I'm in beautiful Hendersonville, Tennessee. It's a suburb of Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm here with Greg and Heather Self, as well as Tim Wilson. He is the Director of Operations here at New Hope Senior Living. So Heather, tell us a little bit about why you guys purchased this home and what your plans are going in the future.
Well, it's really exciting. We purchased this home back in March of 2019 for the purpose of creating a personal care home that we could feel comfortable putting our mother into. And lo and behold, she was our first resident here and she's thriving.
That is awesome. And how many bedrooms and bathrooms do we have here?
So we have 13 full bedrooms with private baths, and I have one Jack and Jill suite that has a shared bathroom but still private bedrooms.
Wow, that is interesting. And I've noticed here it's multiple levels.
It is.
So you must have an elevator inside.
We definitely have an elevator.
Wow.
That was a lot of fun to put in too.
Well, I am excited to see that. So we're going to head on inside and check out everything else.
Okay, I wanted to show you guys this unique feature that we added to the home. As you can tell, stairs can be a danger for seniors, so we put in a rolling gate to make sure our people stay safe.
So Heather, we're here in the entryway coming right into the home, sort of the heart of the home, right off the kitchen. And you have this really interesting room here, and it's wide open. I can see all the way in through it, through the other living room. Tell us a little bit about what this is and what its purpose was.
Okay, so we just had one single door here. It was acting, I guess, as a home office. So what we wanted to do was we blew out this door, opened it up, filled it with glass, so our manager or whomever's in the office can see points of contact throughout the house. And around the corner, as you can see the light coming through there, that was just a wall. That was completely closed off. So we opened that up and put a door there as well. So from the angle of the office, you can see directly into the kitchen and the service area.
Wow, so you can really, you have basically a 180-degree angle. You can see this entire side, and he has a great view out into the front so you can see who's coming in down this long driveway. So what I want to do now, I'd love to go in, meet Tim, and we can kind of see how the inner workings, how the heart of this home really works. So let's go on in and meet him. There we go. Hey Tim, how are you?
Howdy guys, how are you?
Come on in.
Hi there.
So Tim, tell us a little bit about, I know this kind of looks like the Grand Central Station here, like the hub of the home. I see you have a TV up here showing all of your cameras. You've got a lot of books behind you and a lot of other official looking things here. So tell us a little bit about what you do in here, what this room serves for you.
Absolutely. So this is where all the information comes. It's the hub, right? So this is why I've got my trusty old title right back there.
The Chaos Coordinator.
The Chaos Coordinator. Heather picked that one out. So essentially this is where we're doing most of the sales tours as far as talking. This is what I tell my staff is that even though the doors are closed, they're always open. We've got windows on all the doors so that we can see. We've got the TV back here strategically placed so that you can't see it. That's kind of the nice thing about the house is that it feels like a home. We've got over 40 cameras in the home, but you don't know about it, you know? So we're able to provide the facility or better care in the comfort of a home.
Interesting. Yeah. And I see you have all these binders and different things back here. What are these for?
So this is all of what we were required to have from the state, as well as different things that is nice to have on hand when you're training staff and working with families. So just to tell you, this MSDS is a material safety data sheet, something that what got us started on this was being in the inner circle with Rolla. Oh. So you guys, a lot of these were printed out from what we had gotten from you, obviously tailored to our state. Yeah. Then this one, it's all specific for different things.
I see you have a policies and procedures. There's state construction. So all of these binders, they're necessary for one element or another to be compliant. And really, in any home, any REL home, you're going to see something similar to this. And it's a requirement in every state. You have to meet certain standards in order to operate and to take care of people safely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for walking us through your office at your Chaos Coordinator hub here. It's wonderful. I love the way it's laid out, and I love that you can see everybody and they can see you, which is also very important.
It is.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So Tim, we're right here in the entryway. You first come in the home, but I see a lot of things here on the wall. Tell me a little bit about what this is.
Absolutely. These are the state-regulated posters that we have to have up that gives the families and the residents the chance to, see what's going on with New Hope and what resources they have that the state has provided. So you got the Ombudsman program. They actually came by about a month ago. Dropped this bad boy off. It's nice and big for us. You got a notice for different types of things that could be happening, just different resources for them. Our charity care policy, we've got the information, our liability insurance, our really awesome administrator's license there. I mean, guy's awesome, give him a raise. And they, this is right here is the abuse hotline there. So just different things that the families and the residents have.
Excellent. So these are really resources for mostly the people, the visitors coming in, or for residents themselves if they needed more information about who's in charge, which has your manager license there, your administrator license. That's really interesting. So I noticed also right over here next to it is your first coming in the door. There's some other information here. What is this?
Absolutely. So this is just our little way. We don't have a whole lot of red tape here at New Hope, but we do want to make sure that we're being safe. So this is our visitor sign-in form. This, just asking all the different questions. We're kind of on the back end of the pandemic right now, but we want to make sure that nobody has a fever, so we do take temperatures for everybody, and that they just haven't had any symptoms. Also does a couple things for us. That gives us their information with either a phone number or email, or preferably both, so that if there was an exposure, we have the ability to get back with them. Also, we could add them to our drip campaigns. So it gets them, they're here to see somebody that they love, and people love staying connected. So we just make that a little easier by adding it to our CRM. Another thing that we do is we give invites to all the different events that we have. We try to get the families here as much as possible. And Heather had this fantastic idea with Muffins for Mom, or Muffins with Mom rather. So we're going to be bringing out all the moms that are either here or going to be coming here and making them specialty muffins. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, not to be confused with Donuts for Dads.
No,
right?
that's our next event, actually. Yeah, it's funny you say that. So that'll be Father's Day. Come join us. Yeah, it'd be great.
I love that you incorporate families and you really take the time to bring them into the home, because a lot of places are just not very family friendly. They are focused on the residents, but sometimes I feel like places forget about the families and they forget about us who love our moms and dads and grandparents. So That's really awesome that you've been able to incorporate that and to encourage them to come in more often.
Well, it's funny you say that. Our actual tagline is where friends become family.
Oh,
because
excellent.
Truly, if you don't create a home, what are you doing?
I love that. I love that every part of this, the design of the home, your tagline, all of those things are well thought out. And it's just been awesome to help you guys through that process and to put all those things together. And you're truly an inspiration to all of us. I've learned so much from you guys. Just being in this home, spending the last few hours here has just been so enlightening. So Heather, here we are in the kitchen. It feels like a normal kitchen, but I'm seeing there's some things that are just a little bit different. I know there's a couple of refrigerators, a couple of dishwashers. Tell us a little bit about what makes this kitchen different than we might have at our regular home.
So it's really important to us to make sure we kept it as residential as possible. So when people are here, they feel like they're in grandma's kitchen, they're in their own kitchen as they've been for so many years. But some of the unique factors that we have, as Jamie mentioned, we do have 2 refrigerators side by side to make sure we have enough room to accommodate. We've got double stoves, microwave, just like you would at home. But the really cool, unique feature is a residential hood vent fire suppression system. So it's a dry chemical. So if the sprinkler system or anything is ignited, that will pour on it and put it out immediately. So that's an extra function that we added.
Very cool. And what's this thing down below the cabinet? Is that a...
So this is really cool and our residents love this. It's an extra fresh ice machine. So they really enjoy using that. And we also have a trash compactor to keep down on the trash that goes out. And over on the other side, you'll see we have 2 refrigerators, or I'm sorry, 2 dishwashers. One we load throughout the day while we're for the dirty, and then we put the clean away, and they're always in rotation. So we never have dirty dishes in the sink.
That's a great idea. I know I've seen a lot of people, they'll put commercial dishwashers, but these staying very residential Looks great. Looks great on either side of the farm sink. It's very fitting with this Tennessee vibe that you have going in this house. This farm to table feel. When I'm here, I feel like I'm almost in a farmhouse, which is just so cool. So thank you so much for showing us that. I wanted to point out one other thing that actually Chef Mike was showing me just a minute ago. So this hood actually has a fire suppression system that blows down in the case of a major grease fire or something like that. And all of that is stored here next to it. So in a cabinet where you, instead of having dishes like cups and things like that, it actually holds all of the mechanical inner workings of a fire suppression system, which is just really neat. It gives me a lot of ideas of how you can retrofit a residential home with a little bit more of a commercial flair to meet the needs of the home. So hey guys, here we are in this beautiful living room, dining room. But first, I want to talk to you guys about the inspiration for New Hope, why we're standing here, why all this was created. So Heather, I'd like you to introduce us to somebody here. I believe this is Greg's mom.
It is somebody so incredibly special to us. This is Aline, and she is the reason that we created this home, to make sure she was well taken care of, and then to spread the love even beyond that. So we're so happy she's here, and she was our first resident to move in.
I was here about a month for everybody else, so I got spoiled good.
I hear you, and I believe that's really the definition of do good and do well right there. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. It's been a pleasure to hang out with you here today. And I know you've got a lot of things to get off to, and you've got a busy day ahead of you, so we're not going to keep you any longer.
Bye.
We'll see you later.
I'll
Thank
see
you.
y'all later.
Bye-bye. Ooh, watch out. All right.
Going out on two wheels.
So while we're here in the living room, I wanted you to tell us about a few of these other features. I know you have this magnificent aquarium. I can't imagine how you feed all these fish. But tell us a little bit about this.
So this is our solution to not having to feed all those fish. We specialize in human care, not pet care here. So what we've done is we've added this 4K TV, and we can run different things, aquariums. They like to watch the sea turtles a lot. We get a lot of joy out of that. And in the wintertime, when it gets a little cold, we put a fireplace up there, and we'll literally gather and warm our hands by the fires.
They act like it's warming them up or something. It's kind of the craziest thing. Yeah.
So funny, roast your marshmallows on the LED, huh?
And that was a last minute ad, actually. With the very end, we decided to add that because we just kind of had the blank wall, and so it was definitely, it's easy to do. It just needs Wi-Fi, and you connect to YouTube and run everything through YouTube. So
I know televisions have gotten so inexpensive these days that it's definitely much less expensive than an aquarium of this same size and much less upkeep. You don't have to buy nearly as much pet food as you would otherwise. So, and now there's so much going on in this room that just feels alive to me. I know that right behind us here, I wanted you guys to tell us a little bit about all of these plants. I saw the chef earlier today. He was actually clipping something off of there. I think he was getting some kind of herbs off of it. But tell us about what this is.
So we have a farm-to-table model here at New Hope. So it was really important to us to also have fresh ingredients growing all year long. So we added this back in December, and they use it for basil, thyme, lettuce, kale, and they can harvest right from here, and sometimes the residents enjoy doing that as well.
Wow, that's really neat. So you have they get gardening, so it's an activity. Correct. As well as they're actually eating. You're harvesting the food right from it. That is unbelievable. I don't believe I've ever seen another place that is able to incorporate those things and truly embody the farm to table feel. It feels like farm to table here because they're bringing it right from here and serving it right in this beautiful dining room, which we're going to see in just a few minutes.
yeah, and now that it's getting nicer, we're actually going to have some planters on the back where they can actually do actual gardening, and then hopefully this year or next year we're going to be putting a full garden in, above ground garden that's up where they can work on it too. So definitely some big plans with that, and an orchard on the site, because have like 18 acres to work with. So,
Wow, 18 acres. That's you can pretty much grow anything you'd like to, can't you? But the cool thing about this is all year long, so you don't have to wait for spring to plant things. You can plant things in December if you want to. So that is really cool. Well, the next thing I noticed, these couches look really neat, but I noticed they have a few extra buttons and things on it. Are these some kind of special made couches? Or tell me a little bit about these.
They're a mid-century modern design element, but what's really cool about them and what we enjoy is the fact that all of the furniture in this room recline. So our residents are always able to put their feet up. And then we have two other chairs here in the back that are full power lift chairs as well.
Very cool. So it seems like every element is completely thought out. So it not only looks terrific, this is a beautiful kitchen, but it's so functional for the people that you're serving here. I love it.
And when we have entertainers, they can get pretty much there, and it's set already. Everything's already set up because everything's designed for the TV.
So you're able to use the same space for multiple uses. So it's activities as well as just lounging. That is unbelievable. Excellent. Thank you guys so much. So here we are in this beautiful dining room. So Heather, tell me a little bit about the purpose by this. It feels like a regular house, but just a really big table, like a large family. So what were your goals behind this?
So the primary thing is when we eat together as families, we become stronger. That's where we form our bonds. So we wanted to create the same atmosphere here in our home. So we do family style dining. A lot of times everybody sits, they hold hands, they pray together before they break bread, and it's just a great time to build bonds and create a family within the home.
Wow, family style dining. I love that because it's hard I could never see anything like this in a big box. It would just be out of place and it wouldn't feel right. But here, it feels just so organic. It just feels natural here. Now, I'm noticing over here on the other side, we have a Keurig. There's different kinds of teas. So is this all available for the residents to use whenever they'd like to?
The residents, their families, we call it our little hydration station. Yeah. And wow, that happened on cue. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Little hydration station. We usually also have like lemon or lime infused waters and things like that available that they can get.
Excellent. So not just plain water, they get infused water, which I'm assuming gives more electrolytes and really just makes water taste better.
Yeah.
I know that increasing hydration in seniors is incredibly important, and if you can make it fun and interesting, that's even better. So I know that there's this other cart right over here behind us. Tell us a little bit about what that is, because it's definitely not a coffee cart. So with a computer on
not
top.
Not a coffee
so what
cart,
is this?
Indeed. So here is our med cart, and this allows us to keep our full EMR system easy for our people to use. Everybody's medication is organized in a different drawer, so that cuts down on possible mistakes that can happen, and it all keeps everybody accountable for where the meds are at all times, and everybody stays on the same page with the resident doses and what they need.
And part of the EMR is it comes as like the pill packs. And so they have to scan it in when they're giving it. So it kind of is a double check to make sure that they're not giving the incorrect medication or a medication that's been, canceled, DC'd or something like that. So it's just a lot of double checks and triple checks. So
just to make sure there's no medication errors. Right. Mm-hmm. So somebody could. So just so everyone knows, so an EMR is a electronic medication management system. It keeps records of it, and it keeps track of who's getting what medications, and if anything changes, so at a pharmacy or the doctor makes a change, you guys know instantly. Mm-hmm. Instead of having to wait on some kind of a paper note or a fax, it happens instantaneously. That's right. So that is amazing. Thank you. This is terrific. I love this system. And plus, if you need to move it out of the way during a function, it does have wheels. It's on casters, mm-hmm. Easy to move. So convenient. So thank you so much for showing us that.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
All right, so here we come into this library. This looks like something out of a museum. Unbelievable. So Heather, tell me a little bit about where we are, how you designed this, and was this already here?
So a lot of the components were here. We've got Brazilian hardwood throughout, floor to ceiling, which adds a really masculine, beautiful space to read in. And the previous owner actually donated all of these books to us that we were able to keep. So that was kind of cool in this space.
They look so well organized, but it looks a little bit different. Usually things are done by alphabetical order, but this appears to be a little bit different than that. What did you do here?
So my thought process was you can't do a Dewey Decimal System or alphabetize or something like that in our type of environment. So my idea was to take in, as we call it, rainbowize or color code the books. So what that allows them to do is they may not remember the name or the author, but they're going to go, oh, I was reading a blue book. And they're going to be able to go to the shelf, pick out a blue book, and they know exactly where to put it back. And it also allows the care staff to come in and clean up if books are left out. They can very easily follow the color coding system.
Wow, what a thoughtful, that's just going one step above the bare minimum, and I love that. It's just thinking ahead of time, and I know that your residents definitely appreciate that because it gives them, to me, it would give me more independence knowing that I may not be able to do the alphabetical order anymore, but I can definitely place things. Colors are one of the last things that go for people, especially with macular degeneration and things like that. So that's amazing how you've done this. In this entire room, I love the furniture. Everything's very stoic, very stable. I like how they have very tough, sturdy arms on either side, so it's easy for them to get down onto them and off of them, and absolutely just a beautiful space. Thank you. You guys have done a wonderful job with this.
Thank you.
Hey, come on in. So Heather, where are we? This is a salon. It's just absolutely beautiful, airy. Tell me a little bit about this room we're in.
So it was important for us to create a space that the residents could come and get a little spoiled, get a little pamper session in. And we have a stylist that comes in every week and does all of our residents' hair. And we have some special equipment that helps us do that to keep everybody comfortable. So one of the things that we love a lot is this tiltable sink. This allows us to keep everybody comfortable and adjusted at their height when we do their hair.
Excellent. Yeah, I know different people have different neck issues or back issues, so that's excellent that it's able to adjust directly to where they are as opposed to trying to manipulate them to where it is, right?
That's exactly right.
Excellent. So
anytime we can come to them, that's a good thing.
I know, right? Did you use this room for any other purposes? I know that you had mentioned earlier about the podiatrist actually will use this room as a quiet consultation place. So the resident is comfortable. They can then address any foot issues.
They're already used to this chair because they love their glam days. So it works really well and doubles as a podiatry doctor's office as well.
Excellent. Glam days. I love that.
Glam days. Yes.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So Heather, as we move through this house, it just feels so light and airy. I love how you've incorporated light into the design. And I see we have another one of your sitting areas, which is just so comfortable. And I see that there's a kind of a group of rooms right here, so they all have access to this. So it's almost like a miniature living room right off of the rooms. So, and another thing I've just noticed is even though there's all these hallways, it's still bright and airy. And I remember when we were going through our design phase, when we were designing out this home, what was going to be in the end of this?
It was actually going to be closed off and extra storage space there.
Really? Oh, like a closet where it's going to be
yes,
there. Wow.
A closet.
I remember that. I remember thinking, what, with this hallway and a seating area, we have such beautiful scenery here in Tennessee. I'm so glad that we left that open. That's one of those things that going that extra step and really thinking through that design makes a big difference when you're here open like you guys are now.
And that's the great thing about having other people look at your floor plans and stuff, because we're thinking extra storage, but we got extra storage somewhere else where this gives us the light we needed and stuff. So it was a big deal to me. It's a lot different. So
absolutely, yeah, because it absolutely transformed this space down this entire hallway. All the way from the kitchen, you can see the beautiful forest right outside the window. So that was a great design element for sure. So here we are on the second floor, coming around. This was actually, I remember doing the design, this was a big closet here. Now it's a big open hallway, resident rooms at this end, resident rooms at that end. But I know we're gonna look at one room in particular down here at the end that's staged.
This is the special room.
The special room.
Yes.
Excellent.
They're all special.
This is Mom's room,
This
is that right?
is Mom's room, that's right.
I want to point out another seating area. So all around the home, we're just seeing these really cozy little seating areas. But come on in here. So tell me about this room.
So Mom wanted this room particularly because of the view.
Okay.
You can see the entire 18 acres that are out front, which she really, really loves. And it's got its own private bath, as most do. But we also have our sink bases are ADA compliant roll under. So someone in a wheelchair or walker can get up underneath the sinks.
That's really cool. I definitely want to check out the bathroom, but I'm noticing in this room, it's so well staged. I know that you were telling me earlier that this is actually something that you offer to residents and residents' families. So maybe they don't have the furniture, they don't have the comforters or know how to stage a room. Tell me a little bit about what you guys do to make this more home-like for them.
Yeah, so essentially we just started staging the home for marketing photos. And I thought, wow, we got all this furniture And then we had somebody in need that had come straight out of the hospital or rehab, and they didn't have the resources to put the room together as quickly as they needed it. So the little light bulb went off, and I thought, oh, we already have the solution to this problem. So from then on, we started offering a furniture package to people. It's just $200 a month. We get everything included. We set up the beds. They can do the sheets, pillows, blankets, whatever they want. So that allows us to recapture our money that we spent on staging, and it solves the problem for the families.
Wow, that is awesome. So it comes with that, basically a bed, a nightstand, a chair, I see a dresser, and now I've noticed there's a TV in every room. Is that something that you guys include with a room?
Yes, we supply those, and they're all 43-inch smart TVs.
Oh,
so they all
excellent.
have Netflix and Disney and all the good stuff.
So Wi-Fi is important in a home like this.
Yes,
then,
it is.
Right? Awesome. Well, let's go in and check out the bathroom since we're right here. Also want to show, this is the view, the full 18 acres, unbelievable view from the front of this room. So, wanted to show you guys, here we have a full roll-in shower, and this is someone's room, so it's definitely in use. But you can see, big open, airy, easy for caregivers to come in and assist people. I think that's incredibly important. But tell me about some of the other design elements that you thought about when you were building this.
So one thing that was important in the shower too was to have a contrast of colors, because as we know, when people age, especially with dementia and Alzheimer's, they will get binocular or monocular vision. So having the different colors really helps them find places. So you see all the shampoo nooks and the soap nooks and things like that within the shower are a different color than the tile.
Excellent. Well thought out and really looks beautiful. So it's functional as well as beautiful. I think that's the best design element you can have in a home like this. Such a small thing that can make such a big difference in the day-to-day life of your residents. Love it. Awesome. Thank you so much. Wow. I tell you, every single square inch of this entire home was utilized for storage, where this was completely blocked off and you couldn't even go in there. Now they have, I don't know how many square feet, probably at least 600-700 square feet of just usable storage, where otherwise would have been wasted space. So when you're designing, you're doing your layout, let's really dig into those extra spaces to make sure you're maximizing every square foot. I also slept here last night, yes. All right, so now we're right here above the front entryway, but on the second floor. And Greg, tell me a little bit about this. I remember we were doing the design, there were some walls, there was a huge closet, and you really made a difference in the space. Tell us a little bit about what changed here.
Yeah, so when we originally got the house, the gentleman who owned the house before us had added on the other side. So the only thing that connected the upstairs was a small walk-through closet, which was over here. You come through here, and then there was a big closet here, and it's kind of like almost like a small bedroom, but it was so small. And then a wall, there was a wall keeping you from seeing down. So we took out the wall, took out the closet, opened it all up, and then now you can walk all the way around and see the downstairs and stuff.
Oh, very cool. And then I see, Heather, you designed another private seating area here, and I love the wood scene that you did. Where did you find that?
Thank you. Actually, contact through our contractor.
Really?
We had one. So yeah, that turned out really nice, and it works great because we have a cluster of bedrooms on this side of the home, and I just tried to do a seating area with every cluster of rooms so they all have a private place to meet with their family and just get out of their rooms. If they don't want to be around everybody else, they don't have to be.
I love it. It feels like it's very private, sitting in the woods. This is just a really creative way to use space.
And still a great view too from here down
I
the
do.
Yeah,
You can see the whole front, 18 acres out in front of it. There's lots of natural light in here. And I think that design goes a long way, not just the furniture and things like that, but from the very beginning, I think it's really important to make those decisions early on. That gives you the backdrop so you can work your magic and do these kind of things. So beautiful space. You guys have done a terrific job.
Thank you.
All right, here we are. So this is something a little unusual. You wouldn't normally see an elevator in a home like this. Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, one of the things when we were looking for a house, in Tennessee, a lot of the stuff is 2 stories. So we had to do, when we were looking, we either had to build new or get this one, and this was a perfect house. So anyway, we ended up having to put an elevator in, and it ended up turning out great. It was a little bit of trying to figure out what exactly to put in though. So, but one of the big things I remember was the single phase versus a triple phase or something like that. The electrical, so commercial has a different type of electrical than residential homes. So, but the residential homes are really, elevators are really small. So we had to, this is kind of a hybrid in between a residential and a commercial elevator.
Excellent. So how many floors does this elevator service?
3.
3, yeah.
3 floors. Wow. So it comes in on the ground.
Right.
And then this is actually, it says 1, but this is actually the 2nd floor. This is the main level of the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes all the way up to the 3rd floor where where a lot of the resident rooms are. Is that right?
That's
That is so great. So it makes it accessible. There are staircases, but it makes it accessible for everybody to go up and down. I guess bringing in equipment and moving things, it makes it much easier.
Yeah, they can roll straight in from the basement area and straight, it's an unfinished basement. They can roll straight into the elevator and, like you said, go up to the 2nd floor without having to go up any stairs or anything. So.
Well, we just rode it. It's very fast going up and down. That is really, it reminds me of just being in a hotel, right? So you're going up and down. Well, I know that we came out and we're in this beautiful area here and I see a bunch of pictures and this comfortable seating area. Tell me a little bit about this.
So basically when we put this home together, it was all about creating a family unit. And what do you have at your home on your walls? You have pictures of your kids, of your family, your nieces, your nephews, aunts and uncles. And this is the same thing. So when every resident moves in, they pick whatever family portrait they want to share with everyone and they put it on the wall. And this is such a beautiful conversation area of introducing everybody to their families.
That is awesome. So this is your family tree.
This is our family tree.
That is awesome. And I see that you have a nice seating area here. And I know as we've been around the home, I've seen several of these little nooks, little quiet areas where people can go. How many of these type areas do you have?
We have 4 additional seating areas throughout the house, and we try to keep them in different clusters, near clusters of bedrooms, so each person kind of has their own place that they can come out privately and visit with family and read a book, whatever it is they want.
It's such a quiet, I know it's off of the main area, so you can kind of get away, have a little private conversation, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of those other ones as we move around the home. Thank you so much. So Heather, I know one thing that I really love about this home are these bathrooms are so well designed. So if you would, just tell us a little bit about what you've done here, how it's different than a regular bathroom.
Yeah, I got some exciting things to show you in here. So the first thing that we did was added all these defroster LED type mirrors. So when they get out of the shower and it's fogged, they hit that, boom, mirror's clear. So that's a really cool feature. We also have white light and ambient light. So that doubles as a nightlight for a lot of our residents. They like to use that and also doesn't mess with their circadian rhythm by turning on all the lights in the bathroom. So we do, of course, like you'll see in all your REO homes, you're gonna have your grab bars for safety. And we've also designed all the showers where they're completely zero entry. So that's an important feature. And another one that we felt really passionately about is to make sure that we had different tile colors in the shampoo cubbies and soap cubbies, just so they can see, if they have binocular vision, they can see the color differential. So that was very important for us to do. And another feature I want to point out about our cabinet, our actual sink base, you'll notice it's shaped a little differently. And this is an ADA compliant roll under vanity. So those in a wheelchair can still have the same use as someone without.
Excellent. So Tim, we're right here by the front door. I see you're wearing this. I don't know if you're on house arrest or what's going on there. And I also see the little beacons up on the wall. Tell us a little bit about this system that you guys use.
So it works with our Wi-Fi. It's called CarePredict. Awesome, awesome system. There's a lot of different features to it, but I'll just go through a couple for you. So the first and the bread and butter of what it does is it's worn by all of the staff and residents. So what it's doing is it's tracking over 2,000 data points on each of the residents daily so that we can see trends in their health. And what this does is it helps us catch things like UTIs that are a little harder to find until they're doing a ton of damage. So
it's like a urinary tract infection. It's pretty common.
Absolutely, yeah, and loss of mobility and all those different things, how many times they're going to the restroom. So it's tracking this more than any one caregiver ever could, and we're using those analytics to inform their health care.
Excellent. What else does it do?
It's got one thing the residents really love is it's also a call system. So if you press and hold it, it will call, and I bet you anything you start hearing some beeps going off. Yeah, it calls all the different, I don't know if you guys can hear the beeps, but there they are. So this is essentially what we use to come running anytime the residents need anything. Could be health related, could be they just need some water, whatever it is. We really try to make it a luxury experience here.
Excellent. And so does it track? Oh, there she
Hi,
is.
did you need something, Tim?
Yes, please, I need some help.
All right, well, if you could, I'm just going to hit your button 3 times.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and what can I assist you with?
Do you give me some coffee? That'd be
Want some
wonderful.
coffee?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Cassie.
Excellent. So it works exactly, and it knew exactly where you were. So it told her exactly where to go.
And that's exactly what this does, is it geolocates everybody throughout the house. So when the notification comes up on the phone, it says who made the call, where they're at, and the other feature is that it will tell you if somebody has fallen. It does have fall detection. Wow. So that'll be part of the notification. If for some reason this fell quickly, that would go off. So it doesn't require a call that happens, it calls itself.
Wow, that's excellent. So I imagine families are pretty, what do families have to say when you show them this technology that they probably never heard of before?
Oh, they absolutely love it. So the way we explain it is it's a smartwatch on steroids. Works really, really great. And yeah, I mean, I would say the families love it more than the residents until the residents know about the call button.
Yeah. So you think overall it actually wins you more residents, so more people would move in, because I don't know if there's any other homes or places in this area that even have any technology like this. Do you know?
So true. Yeah, it's one thing that I know that none of our local competitors use for sure. They have similar call buttons that they wear around their neck, but you know, we've gotten a lot of feedback on those that they're hard to sleep with and they're not really fashionable to wear, where if you just got something on your wrist, you almost forget about it until you need it. And then when you do need it, heaven forbid, it's on your wrist where you don't have to crawl over to a wall to pull something. You don't have to figure out if it was on your neck or not. You just press your wrist.
Excellent. Wow, that is really cool. Yeah. I love how there's overlapping security measures here. Absolutely. To help people just to live a better life and to feel more secure and truly be more secure. Absolutely. So excellent. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Heather, I just wanted to ask you, I know we just came outside. This deck is so unique. What kind of wood did you guys use on this?
So this is a Trex composite.
Okay.
So it should last up to 30 years with no maintenance.
Wow, that's excellent. It looks so just consistent. I've seen a lot of regular wood and they seem to warp and bend, and I can imagine with a walker or with a wheelchair, that would really not be good to have a bunch of warps and dips in a deck, especially a deck this large. You would really see it, right?
That is absolutely correct.
That was one of the important things when we got the place. We wanted to make it one big place, outdoor place where they could go without any transitions. One of the big things that we did was at each of the doors, and then also here where it meets, where it starts going around the side of the house, there was actually 3 step downs.
Okay.
So you actually step down. So the back deck, the existing was pavers and stuff on the ground. But instead, we built it all up and kept it on one level going all the way around. So they can basically walk around 3 sides of the house now on one level. So.
Excellent. So this was from where we're standing would have been a couple of feet lower. Yep. Than where we are now. Yep. So you were able to bring it all up to where it's one fluid deck.
Yes.
Yeah, almost 6 foot down.
Yeah.
Wow, that's excellent. Yeah, because I remember from the design, there was a bunch of steps right here, as I remember. So much more functional now, for sure.
And it gives them somewhere to go. We're a little bit up on a hill, so we wanted to make it where they had plenty of, if they want to walk and just, get out and about. It's easy to do, and they've got a lot of room to roam. And a lot more sitting areas out here, too. That was one of the big things. So.
Excellent. Yeah, I know just a little bit of extra thought in the beginning makes everything much more functional when it comes to you're open and the residents are enjoying it now.
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah.
And our physical therapists love it because we have about 800 linear feet all the way around the house. That's one level that they can walk and do PT.
Oh, so they come outside and do their physical therapy and moving back and forth. That is a great idea.
Yeah, we've even had one resident who come here for a couple of months just to rehab because it was such a good, one level versus her house, which wasn't set up at all for that. So, but yeah, okay. So.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Thanks so much. Greg, Heather, thank you so much for showing us your beautiful home.